Junior botanists, we're at it again. Yesterday we studied the parts of a plant and their function, or those things that they do, and we also talked about what plants need. Today we're going to journey into how do leaves help a plant get light, and we're also going to be talking about that very long word, photosynthesis. So hang with me as we begin this journey. Maybe. All right, some of the vocabulary that we'll be encountering would be the word environment, which you know are the surroundings or habitat in which a person, a plant, or an animal lives. The word absorb means to take in or soak up. The surface area is the outside layer of something. A plant's leaves function much like small solar panels. Their job is to absorb sunlight and to help turn light into energy and food for the plant. The shape, surface area, and angle of a leaf can determine how much light it absorbs. The larger and flatter the leaf's shape, the more sunlight it can collect. Sharp angles in leaves reduce the amount of light it intercepts or captures and takes in. As the sun gets hotter at midday, the leaves of some plants turn or close slightly to reduce the amount of sunlight they absorb. And I'm going to have a text-to-world connection, and I'm thinking about my trip that I used to take each day when I taught at Laurel School. And I used to drive by the largest and most beautiful sunflower patch. And in the mornings, those sunflowers would be in one direction, just beautifully. But when I would come home at night, those flowers would have completely moved. It was the most amazing thing. Each plant has just the right leaf for its environment. Needle-shaped leaves, like those found on pine and spruce trees, have less surface area, which causes them to absorb less light. Some desert plants, like the aloe plant, have tall, narrow leaves with thick skins that absorb less sunlight and help prevent water loss. So here's just a sampling of all different kinds of leaves. Can you tell those that have the thick skins? Can you tell those that would be found in a desert and would help to conserve water? Sure. So that moves us right along to the next lesson, which would be how do plants make their own food? What? Make their own food? Wouldn't that be amazing? The vocabulary that we'll encounter in this lesson is a word that we came across before, chlorophyll. And that, you remember, is the green pigment found in a plant's leaves that help the plant make food. Next is photosynthesis. Now remind me, what does that root photo mean? Not picture. That's right. Any word that has the word part photo in it has something to do with light. So photosynthesis is the process that plants use to make energy and food from sunlight. Carbon dioxide. That is the type of gas needed by plants for photosynthesis. Glucose. Glucose is a simple sugar that is an important energy source for living things. Plants make food in their leaves. Boy, think about that. Making food in its leaves. The leaves of a plant produce a green pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll gives leaves their green color and helps plants trap energy from the sun. Each green part of a plant contains chlorophyll that helps absorb light and convert it into sugar or glucose that the plant needs. Now I want you to think about that. Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing that if we as human beings could go outside in the sunshine and just stand out there and hold our hands up to the sun and say, "Cheeseburger, please," and boom, there it is. That's kind of like what plants do. They can make their very own food with the sunlight and the chlorophyll in their leaves by that process, photosynthesis. Say that word with me, photosynthesis. What is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is an important element in the food chain, not only by making food for plants, but by creating energy in plants for animals and humans to eat. Plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Yep, not necessarily a cheeseburger, but that glucose. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants use energy from the sun to turn water, carbon dioxide, and minerals into oxygen. Photosynthesis gives us most of the oxygen we need in order to breathe. We, in turn, exhale or breathe out carbon dioxide that is needed by plants. So, plants need us, and we need plants. And so, if you look at this visual, you can see that this circle story is always happening. Always. The process of photosynthesis. And that, my friends, is the lesson for today. I'll be talking with you again next week more about the life cycle of plants. Thank you for joining me today.